What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills latest. We are brought to you by FanArc. Max Crosby. Gonna cost a lot of money. Quarter of the team interested. Or quarter of the team. Quarter of the league interested. Bills, not a lot of leverage. Patriots, want them. Take them. Hemorrhage money there, New England. So you don't have money to go around elsewhere. Because again, I'm going to keep saying it with these guys. I don't get the value. I don't get the value. Yes, they are great players. They help their team. They help their defense. Again, how many actual plays are they having an effect on? Is it more or less than a running back and a wide receiver? If I want, I can get the ball into a wide receiver's hands 15 times a game with maybe a few end arounds and then some regular routes. I get you have to stop the other team. Totally understand that. I am just very anti spending that much money on that side of the ball. Because again, if these guys were such game changers, wouldn't their teams be better? This is one thing I don't get. They get paid almost like a quarterback. Quarterbacks get a ton of shit if they lose a game. Defense never gets anything. Very rarely. The only time they get shit on is if they let up 50 points. But if it's a close game and it's in the 30s, it's always the other quarterback's fault, whatever one lost. He had an opportunity. He threw the interception. I'm not paying a guy that much money. That, in my opinion, does not have the same effect on a game as far as a wide receiver, a quarterback, a running back. Shit, even the way we use our tight ends. You need a guy there. To me, a quarterback and somebody like that are if you can hit in a draft and get them on those rookie contracts, electric. Absolutely electric. But I'm not paying 40, 50 million for a guy in Max Crosby whose team won 3 or 4 games. Like, no thank you. Same shit with Myles Garrett. The Browns were fucking terrible. Sure, it was cute to see him get the sack record. Who cares? I'm just not spending that kind of money there. No shot. No shot. But where I would spend a little bit of money, and I'm starting to think this might be Buffalo's best option. It sounds like Mike Evans is going to cost 20, maybe if you sign him for 2 years, 25 mil for a 2-year deal. For 2 years. 25 each year, I should say. There's a guy that's gone over 1,000 yards. A lot. A.J. Brown has not. A.J. Brown, it would cost you 40, 45. George Pickens, available, but not really available. Pain in the ass to go get him right now. I'd be okay going and getting somebody like a Mike Evans. For 20 to 25 mil, a guy that has consistently gotten 1,000. The only time he didn't get 1,000 yards was last year because he was hurt. He's pretty much plug and play. Here's the 1,000 yards. And he still has a couple good years left. And that's our window. That is our window. I don't care if he doesn't have 5-6 years in the tank like a Pickens would. Don't care. We need it for this year and possibly next year. We need to look within the next 2 years. That has to be our goal. Fit players into that scheme. Mike Evans would fit perfect. Fit perfect. But will Bean go and do that? I don't know. There's going to be other teams. The 49ers are rumored. I'm sure the Patriots are rumored. They dumped Diggs. Buffalo fans, you want Diggs back? I thought about putting that in today's show. Just to piss you guys off. Just to come out here, I was going to say, yep, go get Diggs. You need Diggs. He shows emotion on the sideline. I didn't, though. Because we don't want him. That would just be silly. That would just be silly. But Evans, that would be smart. Especially if you can get him, again, for 20 mil, bring him in. He is guaranteed 1,000 yards. But one of the crazier draft rumors I've seen is Bills moving all the way up to the 3rd spot to pick Cardinal Tate out of Ohio State, the wide receiver. 6'3", about $190, ran a 4.5. Supposedly the best wide receiver in this draft. There's a handful of great wide receivers in this draft. But I don't. What are we giving up to get you? That means you're probably giving up your 1st round pick and probably picks next year or the year after too to move up to the 3rd overall pick. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't. You're trading away a lot. I'd like to see a lot of these picks used on the defensive side of the ball. If we got somebody like Mike Evans in free agency, yeah, sure, I would love if we could draft another wide receiver with that 1st pick in the 1st round. But I'd also completely understand if there's a great linebacker or an edge rusher sitting there, take him. I'd rather use that draft capital for the defense than to move all the way up to the 3rd just to take a wideout. When again, this wide receiver class is deep. There will be good wideouts available at 26. And if you get Mike Evans and drafting, say, like a KC Concepcion at 26, starting to groove a little bit. That offense is starting to look a little different as far as the wide receiver room in a very good way. In a very good way. So I would love to see Mike Evans, somebody like a KC Concepcion at 26, or a Denzel Boston if he drops to them. One of those guys at 26, and then just fucking hammer the defense. All defense picks. All defense. But we'll see. We'll see. Because Bean is going to have to do something, because the fans are starting to get to the point where they don't really want a project. They don't really want a project. But there's going to be some projects drafted. But it would be so nice to have that Mike Evans security blanket go to for 1,000 yards. That'll only make the Bills offense go faster and be more efficient. But that's it for today's Bills latest, folks. Again, we were brought to you by FanArc. We hope you hit that like and subscribe button. Again, it helps us out tremendously. We'll be back with more stuff for you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.